Our state of Arizona has the unique category of having a county without a single health care provider, not one. And now our largest county, Maricopa County, is now down to one. And the fact is that I stood on this floor until Christmas Eve morning fighting against Obamacare when it was rammed on strictly partisan basis. 60 votes they had, 60 votes they used. For the first time in history, we had a major entitlement reform that was done on a totally partisan basis, and we said at the time that it would fail. It's unraveling as we speak. And now our citizenry are paying the price as our citizens all over the country.
Senator McCain and I both traveled around a lot of Arizona during this break. And one thing that I know he has heard and I have heard from constituents around the state, but in particular in Pinal County, as he mentioned. Pinal County is just south of Maricopa County and just out of the metropolitan area, some of it within the metropolitan area. These individuals now have no option. 13 counties in Arizona, 13 of 15, have one option. Those in Maricopa County last year had 8 options. Now it's down to 1. And so 128,000 individuals, as mentioned, have no competition. And so premiums continue to go up. That insurer can do whatever they want to do. And we're hearing it wherever we go. And after spending a day in Pinal County traveling around hearing from the Chamber of Commerce, from Rotary clubs, from Republican organizations, from town halls, you name it, people are concerned. There is no option yet. Despite there being no option and no exchange, the penalty still exists. If you can imagine that. You have no exchange to purchase. If you buy on another exchange, there's no federal subsidy attached to it, so it's completely unaffordable for many of our constituents. Yet if they can't buy the insurance and don't buy the insurance, the penalty still comes. The penalty still comes. And so I'm pleased that my colleague is introducing legislation. I'm glad to join him on this to make sure that in counties where there is no competition, that those penalties simply shouldn't apply.
The fact is, Obamacare is unraveling. It is now proved to be a colossal failure because it was based on the false premise that young people would willingly pay huge amounts of money to care for the health of older, sicker people. And of course, our great Congressional Budget Office that predicted there would be 21 million people who had taken advantage, the actual number, I believe, is 11 million. So this is a failure. So in the short term, Senator Flake and I want to make sure that no one would ever pay a fine when there's not any option available or only one option available. And then I say to my colleagues, we had better start either in the later session of this Congress or the beginning of next year and repeal and replace Obamacare. It needs to be replaced. And if we don't replace it, then you're going to see these horror stories like Pinal County, Arizona, all over America. And that is unfair to average American citizens